Hello, good evening, everyone. Welcome to the session. Hopefully, I am audible to all of you and you can see my screen, right?
Good evening, sir.
Yeah. You can see the screen also, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, maybe we'll wait a couple of minutes for others to join. In the
Okay, sir.
meantime, is there anybody who is joining for the first time?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Uh, would you like to tell me about yourself? Why are you doing this course? And why have you joined these sessions?
I am Piyush Gupta and I am doing BTech.
Okay. कहाँ से कर रहे हैं आप बीटेक?
uh, भोपाल से, सर.
ओके, भोपाल से। मेरा भी वहीं आसपास से ही है। ओके। कौन सी ईयर में है?
थर्ड ईयर में है, सर.
ओके।
अभी थर्ड ईयर में है.
अच्छा। So why haven't you joined in the previous sessions, or do you have some specific doubt?
यस सर, मैं प्लीज किया थी. मैं मतलब सेकेंड वीक ट्राई दिक्कत था ये असाइनमेंट कंप्लीट.
ओके। सो वी विल हम असाइनमेंट प्रॉब्लम डिस्कस करेंगे वेरी सुन। जस्ट गिव मी अ मोमेंट। या सो कौन से असाइनमेंट में प्रॉब्लम है आपको? दिस क्वेश्चन इज फॉर अदर्स ऑल्सो. Do you have any question related to assignment problems that you already submitted? या प्रीवियस असाइनमेंट्स में से कोई डाउट? Okay, we will wait for a couple of more minutes. We will start at 6:05. Guys, previous assignments में से कोई doubt? You can discuss right now also.
सेकेंड वीक. हेलो.
Yeah. So can you please come closer to your mic?
यस सर.
Yeah.
ओके. इस टाइम
Sir, I can't hear you clearly. Is he audible to others? Is it the network
Yes,
problem
sir.
at?
Yes, sir, audible.
Okay, that means, I mean, is network problem at my end because I can't hear him clearly. Okay, I'll come to this in the mid of the session then. So, good evening, guys. Welcome once again to the session. Uh, this is the course is Principles of Construction Management by Professor Sudhir Misra at IIT Kanpur. We will be discussing week three contents and also the assignment of previous weeks because the assignment submission date is over. Okay, second week of assessment question number 6. Okay, we will see to it. I am Venugopal Mahajan, PhD fellow at IIT Delhi. So, coming to the overview of the course, this course is very broad. It covers most of the topics in breadth, but depth is left up to you. So, people who want to brush up the concepts, this is good for them. Uh, and also for the newbies, you can get a general idea of construction management. But for the detailed study, you will have to pick up other sources also. So we have already gone through week 1 and week 2. Week 3 is construction economics. Uh, the title itself is quite broad, construction economics. Even there is one course on introduction to accounting and finance, just the introduction part for civil engineers by Professor Sudhir Misra and Professor K.N. Jha on NPTEL itself, that will run in next semester. So the contents of this session, the 2 hour long session, you will find it there as a 8 week course. So if you're interested, you can join it in the next session. Okay, so session contents. First of all, Happy Independence Day to all of you. We will be taking up RA bills. We will be doing some comparison of alternatives, time value of money, and depreciation. So my first question to you guys is RA bills. Are you guys familiar with this?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, what is it?
Running account bill,
Sir, it is running account bill.
Okay, so for whom is this RA bill important?
for contractors,
For
sir. Sorry.
contractor, sir.
Okay, is it not important for the client?
Yes, also, sir. Important for client, for intermediate payments, for contractor,
Okay,
partial payments.
so, uh, sir, I mean, with your experience, can you give a hint on what RA bill is for the sake of others?
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
RA bill is running bill for considered for the any project for partially payment to the contractor as per amount of work is done. We will provide as per quantity of work is done. On the basis of this, we will provide partial payment to contractor uh, for
Oh,
work.
okay. Yeah, that's it. I hope all of you guys got an idea of what RA bill is. Now, see, from this you can see that there are some, what I can say, some basic terms here. Partial payment, right? Let me write it for you.
Yes.
Partial payment. Why partial payment? I mean, you can see that the our construction projects can run for more than a year, uh, 2 years, 3 years for the whole project duration is not so strange for us. So if the contractor is paid only at the end of construction project, it won't be good enough for him, right? It will cause money trouble for him. So it's good to have some partial payment. At, but partial payment for what? For work done, right? So this means that if you have got some schedule, like let's say for each 20% of the work done, there will be some partial payment. So at each 20%, contractor will provide with some measurements, right? So some measurements would be there. And it's not like that if contractor has provided the measurements and the client will pay him, what will the client do? Client will do some quality assurance and will check this, right? So
Verification of bills.
Uh,
Yeah, so there has to be some verification of bills also.
yes.
So that means client is updated about the progress, and client can also verify what has happened. It can also take care of it can also take a check of how quality is being maintained and other things. So okay, now we have got RA bills. Let's try to prepare a RA bill. Yeah. So there is a contract comprising of four activities which have to be completed in 6 months. Following table gives the total cost and work completed in each activity for every month. So what is this showing you is you can say 15%, 45%, 85%, 100%, 100%, 100%. So this shows you the measurement at the end of month 1, measurement at the end of month 2. Okay. This is the total cost for each activity. Now let's what other information has been given to us. Contractor profit is 15% above the total cost. Okay, so this is the cost component. 15% is total cost. TDS is 2%. What is TDS?
A tax deduction.
Okay, tax deduction at source. So
Yes.
what client will do is the owner or the client will deduct 2% as TDS and will pay it directly to RBI. Okay, this is the income tax component. Security deposit is 5% and retention money is 5%. Okay, security deposit and retention money. What are these terms? See, there, yeah. Anybody?
Security deposit is like against the whole cost of the whole PO, like work order, whole cost of the work order. That security deposit we take in there,
Okay.
and retention money after completion of the project, we take it for 1 year of the considered of
Why 1 year?
considering the work. Sorry, sir.
Why 1 year?
To retention monies for the DLP, like defect liability period.
Yeah.
If
So that can vary, right? Project to project.
yes, yes, yeah,
Okay. So retention money, it is for defect liability period. Mobilization advance is 7.5%, equally adjusted in every bill. Okay. The RA bills are to be produced every second month and are paid for in 1 month. See, why is this happening? See, contractor is giving the bill at the end of 2 months, but client also needs some time to verify and validate everything, right? So for all that process, we have been given that 1 month is the timeline. Then 50% of security deposit and retention is paid after 1 month of the completion of the work, and remaining after 6 months of project completion. So 6 months here becomes your DLP, right? Calculate tender amount.
Yes, sir.
So what is the tender amount here? So tender amount would be total cost plus contractor profit, right? So total cost is what? 25, 40, 35, 20. This becomes 12,000 into 1,000. So uh, let's talk in terms of thousands only. So 12,000, 15% is okay, 1,800. So tender amount becomes 1,380, right? Now what we have to do is we have to prepare RA bill, final bill, cash flow diagram. So the question here is what are the other things not considered? I mean, there may be a lot of things in preparation of RA bill that we have not considered in this question. What are those? And how does GST come into the picture? See, this is a big question, and RA bill, final bill will play a huge role wherever you go on site. Okay. Any answer about these? What are the other things that are not considered till now? And how does GST come in this picture? Everybody knows what GST is, right? We have been hearing one nation, one tax from what 2019 itself? No, 2009. Yeah, Pranab Mukherjee was the finance minister then. Okay, so what would be your first step? When will first tell me the when will the RA bills be produced? At the end of which month? RA bill and final bill, or how? What will be the total number of RA bills and final bills? Guys, you will have to answer, and this is construction economics. So
Three
yeah,
three RA bills will be there.
okay,
Second, fourth, and on sixth month, final bill will be there.
okay. Uh, so what would be our first step? Okay. There is one more term, cash flow diagram. Anybody who is not familiar with cash flow diagram? See, I know that we are sitting for this session on a holiday, but uh, yeah, when Atal Bihari Vajpayee was the prime minister, he added one more term to Jai Jawan Jai Kisan. He added Jai Vigyan, and in Prime Minister Modi's term, we also have Jai Anusandhan, right? Science and research. That's what we are trying to do here. So hopefully we can utilize these 2 hours very well. Yeah. What? Anybody who is not familiar with cash flow diagram? If everybody is familiar, we will directly deal with it in questions. Okay. So we have got three.
No, sir. What time?
Yeah.
Sir, one time we explain
Okay.
as
Cash flow diagram. Okay. Let's draw it. It is a diagram, na? So we will draw it. Yeah. So I just multiplied it with cost just to give you some heads up. Let's start preparing RA1. Okay. What is the total cost of work done till then?
2875.
Okay. So let me have it here. Okay. Total cost 2875. Okay. What about total deductions? Or this is the total cost, right? But how much is the contractor paid? Cost plus 15%, right? That is the contractor profit. So what value is this?
Yes.
Let me turn on. Yeah. Um, is this 2875 or lesser than that? 1125 now. So this is 2275. So cost it becomes uh, 2616.75, 0.25. Okay. Now what are the deductions here? 2% TDS, and mobilization advance also has to be paid back, right? So
Yes.
2.5% MA. Anything else? Yeah, retention money.
Retention.
Yeah, how much?
5%.
5% retention. Anything else?
Sir, can you show us that
Yeah.
7.5 mobilization advance? Oh, sorry, yeah.
If you want, you guys can just take a picture of this.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, but 2.5% of what? It is of tender amount, right?
Yes,
Of
total.
13800. So, how much are the deductions? Uh, 2.5% MA I calculated at 345.
345.
Yeah. Retention 2616.25. 52.325 and 5% is becomes 130.82.
8 1.
Okay, so this comes out to be 528.14. I'm just rounding it off right now. Okay, uh, minus 2616.25. So the net here becomes 2088.14.
2088.
Yeah,
Yes.
2088.
yeah. So anybody who is not comfortable with this calculation, what we did right now? See, that was the thing, right? 15% contractor profit, we subtracted TDS, security deposit, we don't have to worry about it right now. Retention money, 5% we calculate deducted. We adjusted mobilization advance, right? Okay, so let's go to RA bill 2. Now for RA2, what will happen is you will take month 4, right? Month 4.
Yes.
So what is the total cost? It comes out to be 8,000, right?
8 8,000.
Yeah,
Yes,
and
sir.
Yes, sir.
so cost plus contracted profit, it becomes 9200.
15%.
Yeah. What about
Yes.
deductions? So
Mobilization advance
920.
2.5%.
okay, so let's just write it down. This will be 184. Uh,
25.
MA would again be 345, right?
Yes.
Yes.
This becomes 460. So total, this becomes 989. So your total amount becomes 8211, right? But how much has already been paid? See, this is of month 4 till month 4.
2088.
Yeah, till month 4 all this has been.
2088 you paid.
Yeah, this is cumulative. So for RA2 what you will do is you will subtract all these,
Yes.
and finally how much is it coming?
जा तिकडे जा.
6123.
Okay, 6123. So this is RA bill 2. Similarly, RA 3 or final if you want. Okay, because this is the last one.
RA3 or finals.
Yeah. So if you calculate all these again, how much it would be? 12,13800. Now, so TDS is 276. This again 345. This becomes, where is my point? Yeah, 690. 1311. So how much is the total here? Uh,
12,489.
okay, and how much has been paid already?
6123.
No, you have paid
6,123.
this also, you have paid this also, you have paid, right?
Yes.
So 8211
Yes,
has
sir.
been paid,
About. Okay. Okay.
Yes, sir.
right?
Okay, okay.
Yes.
So 4278. Okay, guys, happy with this bill calculation? Happy or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Happy.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, okay. So let's try to make mm, yeah. Uh, let's try to make what we have been asked.
Sir, we have not deducted security deposit.
Deposit.
Like
Yes.
Okay, so
from every month we have to deduct 5% security deposit.
no, 5% security deposit is at the beginning of the project. Let's see the cash flow. Okay,
Okay. Yes, sir.
yeah. So let's first discuss what the contractor has to pay. Okay, outflow. So what all things contractor has to pay? SD at beginning of work, right?
Yes.
That this is the guarantee that he will complete the work. How much is the SD? 5% of 1380.
Yes, 5% of 13800.
Okay. So that becomes 690. Uh, then what else? At the end of each month, he has to pay this amount to the workers, or this is the cost of work that he has done, right? We are talking about the contractor here. So this is the cost incurred by him, right? So what I would do is, I would just give you the values here. I'll let you guys check. Okay, I can see that this session is becoming boring. Okay, so cash flow diagram. At 0, how much we have to pay? Contractor has to pay 690. At the end of month 1, how much he has to pay? 375 only,
375.
right?
Yes, sir.
Month 2 it comes out to be 1900. Month 3 it comes out to be 2550. Month 4 is 3175, and month 5 2500, and month 6 is 1500. This is how much the contractor has to pay. This is his outflow. What about his inflow? So, inflow. What are the things in inflow? You have got MA coming in, mobilization advance. Then you have got bills. Then you have got what else? Payment of SD and RA.
Okay.
Yeah, retention money. So let's make the inflow. Okay, this is going to be a long line. So initially, how much is he getting? He's getting 7.5% mobilization advance, right? So 13800 into 7.5%. So 1035 he is getting at zero. What about month 1 and 2? Is he getting any payment in month 1 and 2? Is he getting any payment in month 1 and 2?
No, no. By the month of
No, sir.
month end
RA
third.
bill first year.
Yeah, so RA bill he is producing at the end of month 2. So when will he get the
Yes.
payment? He will be getting payment
After 1 month.
after 1 month. So
After 1 month, 3.
end of month 3, right?
Yes.
So similarly, RA bill 2 would be month 5 and final bill would be month 7, right? 2 month delay. So 2088.11. Okay, I will just round it. 2088, 826123 and 4278. Wait a minute, am I missing something? No. What else is he getting? This is the inflow, right? Positive side.
Yes.
So what you will see is in cash flow we have got positive side upwards and outflow, your negative side's downward. What else is he getting? Half of the security deposit and retention money is paid 1 month after completion. Retention money is also 5%, security deposit is also 5%. So 10% का half कितना हुआ? 5%, right? 5% of what? 138. At the end, 1 month after project completion. So 6 पे project complete हुआ. 1 month after at 7. 690 here and remaining 690 here.
Last.
Okay? Is it okay with you guys?
Yes, sir.
So can you just overlap inflow and outflow to get the net cash flow? Okay, we have got cash flow here. What is the purpose? Did it help you in any way? See, we did a whole exercise here. We calculated RA bills, we did some reductions and all. So did inflow and outflow help you in any way? Did this cash flow help you? Is this giving you some insight? In a single figure, you can see what your project timeline and how it is affecting your cash flow, right? In the using this, you can also calculate that in which month you will have cash deficit and what would be the quantum of cash deficit. You can also calculate, okay, how much money do I have to borrow or how much money do I have to put from my own side at the beginning of the project itself so that I don't face cash crunch. All these things you can see in your cash flow. Okay, so now we are coming to our next topic. So before that, uh,
Sir,
yeah,
can you explain that outflow for second month or some for the 1 month? So we will get to know.
okay, just a moment.
So you explain once again, sir, cash flow, sir.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Can you guys? Okay, you guys can't see my screen right now, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So cash flow, as the name suggests, it's just the cash that is flowing, the transfer of cash. Now that can be from you to others or from others to you, right? If it is from you to others, it is negative outflow. Now, outflow, how do you calculate the outflow? How much amount you are paying them? So, how much amount are you paying for this project? You will say that,
10,000.
Security.
yeah,
One
you
three
will
of
say
double zero.
that in the beginning itself you have to pay security deposit. Then,
Yes.
5%.
right, 5% of your tender amount, right?
Yes.
Uh, then, at the end of each month, you have to pay whatever cost you incurred during that month, right? So in first month you incurred 375,000. So
Yes.
375 becomes your outflow.
Uh,
What about month 2? No other condition has been given to you, right? That we pay the material supplier 1 month after, or we pay the laborers directly. No such condition has been given. So what we are doing is, whatever the cost is incurred throughout that month, we are paying it towards the end of that month. Right? Simple assumption, simple convention. So that becomes 375. What about at the end of month 2? What you have got is you have got cumulative here, right? So for month 2, what you do is you add these things. How much is it?
2275.
2275, and then subtract one of the first month, right? So that becomes
Yes.
1900. Similarly, for each month you calculate how much you are paying that month. That becomes your outflow. Similarly, when we talk about the inflow, in the initial, in the starting itself, you are getting 7.5% mobilization advance, right? At the end of second month, you are producing RA1, right? So
Yes.
RA1 at the end of second month, and payment of RA month at 1 month later, so at third month. Similarly, at 4 you have RA2, and its payment is around 5 month, right? Similarly,
Yes.
at 6 months you have got final, and its payment is at 7 month, at the end of 7 month. Now what else is adding? You have said that 50% of SD plus retention would be paid 1 month after completion. So that becomes 1 month after. So that becomes 6 months, and another 6 months after the completion. So this becomes seventh month, and this becomes 12th month. So 50% of SD plus RA, 690 and 690. This becomes your inflow. Is this clear?
Yes, sir. Clear.
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
Okay. So
Thank you,
now,
sir.
yeah. Uh, do you guys have any query relating to previous assignments that you already submitted? I have got one question here, right? Uh, Assignment 2. Uh, okay, second week of assessment to Q6. And any question? Any other question? Uh, Anybody else who has the same question? Okay. Uh, let me let me go to that question. Yeah. This is the question. Question number 6 to 10. So what you have to do is you have to actually draw the. Okay, what exactly is the doubt in this question? Okay, the person who raised the question, can you please pinpoint your doubt, because this is uh,
Sir,
anybody who
how
has.
can I calculate this?
Okay,
Hello, sir. Sir, how can I calculate this
see what has
for
been
first
yeah, what has been given to you is RC Raft Foundation is a okay.
raft foundation?
Every info that has been given to you, you have to start drawing it
Yes,
out.
sir.
Like RC Raft Foundation of 500 thickness, measuring 10 by 10. Bottom of the raft is at RL of 97 meter. Surrounding ground is taken as 100 meter. That means you have got excavation of 3 meter here, right?
Okay.
Then 8 square columns rising from the raft and going to the top of the building, with top of the column being 105 RL.
Okay.
So that means if you talk from your raft foundation is 500 and 500 at 97 meter. So top RL of top of raft foundation becomes 97.5. Then top of column is 105. That means 7.5 meter is your column height, right? Square columns
Yes.
500 side.
Hmm.
Reinforcement for raft is provided. Reinforcement for column is given to you. Then for longitudinal section, you have been given that whatever is the length of your columns, that would be your longitudinal bar, I mean the vertical bar. With that, you have to add 500 for each bar to go into your raft. What else has been given? Yeah, instead of excavating only 10 by 10 meter, you have to excavate 10.8 by 10.8, I mean 80 centimeter on each side, to provide some working space.
Yes, sir.
Then column bars must project at least 2.5 meter from the top of raft. So you can see that each and every step, it has been given to you. You just have to keep on drawing it.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. See, let's try and break it down. Okay. What is the first question? What is the amount of surplus earth generated, which will require to be disposed of after backfilling? Right. What is the excavation to be done? Excavation to be done is uh, 10.8 into 10.8 into 3 meter from point second. 3 meter is the RL. This is your over excavation. Now, how much is the quantity that has been built up? That would be the RCC of raft foundation plus RCC of columns in it, right? Or anything else? Okay, let me draw it for you. Okay, week 2, question number 6. Excavation is 10.8 into 10.8 into you have got bottom of the raft at 97 and GL at 100, right? Bottom and GL. So this becomes what? 3 meter. This is excavation. Now what is the RCC? Total RCC there. So RCC of raft plus of columns till what height? Till 3 meter height. So RCC of raft is how much? 10 into 10 into zero point 0.5. And for columns it is how much? Number of columns is 8. Column size is zero point 0.5 into zero point 0.5. And what would be the height now? 3 minus 0.5, 2.5. So this total becomes your so backfill would be how much? X minus RCC. So remaining soil after backfill, remaining soil will be soil excavated, right? X minus backfill equal to your RCC. Can you follow it?
Sir, what about PCC
What about?
reduction? PCC.
Uh, is it there in the question?
Yes, sir. PCC is there.
Okay, let me check.
PCC is there, sir.
Uh, yeah, there is 100 thick. Yeah, that happens when I don't read the question completely. I have been telling the same thing from the beginning, and I am doing the same mistake. Yeah, so 100 thick PCC is there. Uh, Bottom of raft is at level 97 meter. So below 97 meter you have to go, right? So that means your excavation becomes 3.1 for
Yes, sir.
PCC also,
3.1.
right? And your PCC is 10.8 into 10.8 into 0.1. So
Yes.
backfill will
No,
be,
sir.
right?
Sir, PCC is less, sir.
Why?
Sir, excavation is 10.8, sir, but PCC is only 100
Above the GL.
mm.
No,
Above the GL.
here it has been given, right? There is a 100 thick PCC leveling course below the RCC raft for the entire area of excavation. And what is the
Sir,
entire area of excavation? It is
10.8.
10.8.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Yeah, so does this answer your question? Any other query from previous assignment? Or any question that you would like to
No,
discuss? Or anything from what previous sessions also? Okay, so let's move on. Picking the best alternative. Simple questions. Alternative A is rupees 10,000 each year for 3 years, while alternative B cost 8,000 for 4 years. Which will you pick? 10,000 रुपये हर 3 साल देने हैं या 8,000 रुपये हर साल 4 साल तक? Which one do you like?
10,000.
10,000. Why?
Gross amount is less. For
Okay.
10,000, 30. Yes.
Okay, this is 30k. For B, it is 32k, right?
32K.
So what you did is,
Yes.
हमें you have to pay from your own pocket, right? Out of pocket. This method is called out of pocket commitment, right? You are not worried
Yes.
about
Yes.
कि 3 साल 4 साल में interest क्या लगेगा. Nothing about time value of money, right? This is one method. Now the another is you have got two investment alternatives. पहला कहता है 10 you pay 10,000 and at the end of each year you will get 4,000. And the second is you pay 12,000 and at the end of each year you will get some amount. Okay. So right now we studied the concept of cash flow diagram. Let me make it for you. 10,000, 4,000, 4,000, 4,000.
4,000. Yes.
Similarly, you have got 12k and
12,000,
5k,
5,000.
5K,
4k,
4K,
3k, and
3K.
2k. So, which one will you prefer?
Need to find out payback period.
Yeah, okay. Payback period. What is payback period?
Return money in the time which we got the invested money, like 10,000. In what year we will get returned?
Okay. So the method here is payback period method. We are not worried about time value of money till now, right? So हमने जो invest किया 10,000, in how much time are we getting it back? So at the end of year one, 6,000 bacha. At the end of year two, 2,000 bacha. So somewhere around here, right? 2.5 years.
Yes.
Yes,
That is your payback period. Similarly, if you go for this 12k, 5k, 4k, 9k, 9 plus 3, 12, right? So your
Yes.
payback period is 3 years. So which one will you pick? Alternative P or
First
Q?
one.
Why?
Uh, because in 2.5 years we will get our investment
Okay.
in
So
first one case, and
so
another is 3 years.
so now you got two conditions, right? In the first one, like the case where you have to pay less from your pocket. In the second one, where you get your money back faster, right? Now let's see the third one. Yeah, any question?
So how to determine a payback period?
Okay. Payback period
How to
is
determine payback period, sir?
okay. Payback period. Let us do the full calculation. Okay. So year zero, you are investing 10k, right? This is your negative. At the end of year one, what is happening? You are getting plus 4k,
Was
right?
yes.
Still you are in minus 6k. At the end of year 2, plus 4k, still minus 2k. At the end of year 3, plus 4k, that is plus 2k, right?
Plus two.
So
Yes.
somewhere around here, you are getting your investment back, right? So
Okay, sir,
minus
get it.
2k plus 2k, so this makes it somewhere in the just middle of this year. So that makes your payback period 1 year, 2 year, and 2.5 years, right?
2.5. Yes.
Okay. So next part. These are two schemes. Which one do you like the most? X gives you 5,000 each year for 3 years and Z gives you blah 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 for 3 years. You have not been given the cost here. How will you pick? One way is you can just calculate, right?
Second,
This will give you 15k. How much will this give you? This will give you 16.5k, right?
yes, 10.5.
So,
Yes,
so which one do you like the most? And
second one, sir.
second one because
Six.
it is giving you better. Or if you had
Yes,
calculated by average also, this would have been 5k and this would have been 5.5k. So now you have got three methods when you didn't consider time value of money. Either how much you are paying, or how much you are getting, or how soon are you getting back. Right? Now let's talk about time value of money. What is time value of money? See, if this was not what I mean, Independence Day, or we were not uh, so caste sensitive, I would have asked the first question is how many banyas in the house. But that line is only for comedy clubs now. We can't use it in classroom setup. Okay, so what is time value of money? Anybody? You guys can hear me, right? Or is there some sound issue that I can't hear you guys? Okay, seems the same. I can't hear you. Yeah. Yeah. What is time value of money? Anybody? See, you guys have to answer, then and only then we will move forward. Okay, with time, does the value of money remains the same, or it reduces, or it increases?
No, it's
It
change.
changes, sir.
It
It
changes.
changes.
So, how does it change, or does it increase, or does it decrease?
Both, sir.
Maybe sir, both, sir.
How?
It
You
depends on conditions.
like give me an example.
Sir,
So it's like if we
hello.
consider the excavation of area. So like for 6 months we have to excavate that soil, but
Yeah.
it takes 8 months. So it got 2 months delay, and the equipment and everything we have invested, it got extra. So the cost we have to incurred in that 6 month, it goes to 8. So like 2 months of amount we have to pay extra. That amount is get added to the project. So
Okay. Sir, for this question, I would like you to remove the civil engineer hat and just answer it from an Indian perspective. I mean, just like we Indians are so worried about the value of money, inflation, and whatnot, right? Day before yesterday itself, the inflation data came for this month, and we reached 7.44 from 5 point something, 4 point something. So inflation is very high, and that is a political issue. So all those things, and we put money in banks to get some returns from FD, and now you get so many advertisements, mutual funds है ये. So from that perspective, do tell me about what is time value of money and does the value change with time?
Sir, value change with time, sir. For example,
Yeah.
sir, gold, sir.
Okay.
So time is more, sir. मतलब ज़्यादा जितना टाइम वो रहेगा ना सर उतना उतना उसका प्राइस बढ़ता रहेगा सर.
ओके, प्राइस बढ़ता रहेगा तो
हाँ.
पैसे के साथ ऐसा नहीं होता.
हाँ. हाँ सर.
पैसे के साथ क्या होता है फिर? गोल्ड का तो ठीक है, गोल्ड का विद टाइम प्राइस बढ़
हम्म,
जाएगा, पैसे का क्या होगा?
हाँ.
ओके.
पैसे का तब
हाँ. सी.
मतलब उसका उसका डिमांड ज़्यादा हो उसका वैल्यू ज़्यादा हो जाएगा ना सर.
ओके, गोल्ड का वैल्यू ज़्यादा हो गया तो पैसे की वैल्यू कम हो गई, राइट?
यस सर.
Okay, so let's try to discuss this point, time value of money. uh, let's say you have got 10,000 rupees in your hand. Okay, आज with 10,000 rupees, let's say you can buy 1.8 grams of gold. No, one, am I saying it wrong? Yeah, 1.8 grams of gold, right? And at the end of 1 year, if you don't buy your gold, if you just have this 10,000 rupees in hand, at the end of 1 year, you can only buy 1.6 grams of gold. So your money is same, but the purchasing power of that money has reduced, right?
यस
Initially,
सर.
today you would have bought 1.8 grams. After 1 month, you are buying only 1.6 grams. So that means the value of money has reduced. Agreed? I mean, this is the
यस सर.
regular
yes, sir.
case. How does it reduce? ये वैल्यू कम कैसे हो गई? वन थिंग इज दैट गोल्ड की डिमांड बढ़ गई. वॉट एल्स? इन्फ्लेशन, राइट? सभी चीज़ों के रेट बढ़ गए, पैसे तो वहीं की वहीं हैं.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is time value of money. Similarly, if you had done that, instead of keeping it 10,000 rupees in your hand, you would have made an FD. FD, let's say 6%. So your 10,000 would have become 10,600. And instead of 1.8 grams, now you can buy 1.7 or 1.75 grams of gold. 1.7 grams of gold.
Yes.
So that means पैसा कहाँ है, कैसे रखा है, उस पर इंटरेस्ट क्या आ रहा है, कैसे लॉस हो रहा है, एवरीथिंग मैटर्स राइट विद टाइम.
Yes, sir.
I mean, okay. So let's try to calculate some interest. I hope you guys show some interest in this question. This is very basic, I guess fifth standard for simple interest and sixth, seventh for compound interest. So simple interest, PRT into 100, right?
Yes, sir. PRT divided by 100.
Okay. So for first, you have got P, you have got R, you have got T, right? So
Yes.
your A would become P plus PRT by 100, and that is 10k plus 100 into 10 into 2, right?
2 divided by 100.
Yeah, I just divided it by 100. Okay, by 100.
Yes.
Yeah. So how much is it?
2000.
2000. So that
2000.
becomes 12k for first case. What about case 2? Compound interest. What is the formula here?
P into
What is the formula?
is equal to P plus
This is the formula, right? 1 plus 0.1 to the power 2. So this becomes okay. Right now as you can see कि 100 रुपये बढ़ गया हमारा टोटल फाइनल लमसम रीपेमेंट. व्हाट हैपेंड? सिंपल इंटरेस्ट में 12,000 था, कंपाउंड इंटरेस्ट में 12.1 12,100 हो गया. व्हाई डिड दिस हैपन? दिस इज अ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट क्वेश्चन. ओके, ये 100 रुपीज़ कैसे बढ़ गया? व्हाई डिड इट इंक्रीज? 100 रुपीज़ कहाँ से आया?
सर वो इंटरेस्ट के ऊपर इंटरेस्ट लगा तभी आ गया सर.
ओके, सो कंपाउंड मीन्स इंटरेस्ट के ऊपर इंटरेस्ट, राइट? सो फर्स्ट ईयर का एंड में इंटरेस्ट वुड हैव बीन 1000 रुपीज़, एंड सेकेंड ईयर के एंड में उस 1000 रुपीज़ के ऊपर इंटरेस्ट वुड हैव बीन 100 रुपीज़, राइट? 10% के हिसाब से.
यस.
So interest at 1 year. Okay, so now you have defined compound interest again after so many years. Now third case, interest compounded every 6 months. Can you calculate it? Like every 6 months. Okay, let's break it down. Okay, so what you have to pay is first let's pay uh, the principal amount, right? Plus, let me make it for you. First 6 months, second 6 m, third 6 m, fourth 6 m, right? So what would it be? It would be 10k into 0.05, 500 rupees का interest for first 6 months. For second month it would be similar 500 plus 500 into 0.05. How much it would be? 525. Is this the right way to do this? Okay, so what basically we can do is we can calculate the effective interest rate, right? So I effective would be 1 plus what is I nominal? Nominal is your 10%, M is 2 because you are doing it for 2 years, right? I mean 2 times in a year. So 2 minus 1 into 100. So how much does it become? So this comes out to be
10.25.
10.25%. So similarly for number 3, what you can do is you can use I effective in this formula, P plus 1 plus I, P into 1 plus I. So P into 1 plus I effective to the power n. Now n becomes number of years, right? So this becomes 10k
Yes.
into okay. So this becomes how much? 1.1025 squared. So this becomes 12155. As you can see, ki just by increasing your uh, by compounding interest every 6 months, from compounded interest itself, your interest increases by 55 rupees. You have got an idea, you have got the formula for I effective. Now let's discuss something else. Equivalence of alternatives. Okay, we saw 3 questions, right? Discussing different alternatives. In some case you had to pay, in some case you are getting. What if the choice of alternatives is not easy, and what if you include time value of money? Then how do you calculate this problem? Okay, that is what we are going to discuss. Is it necessary to do this being a civil engineer? People from site, anybody? Have you seen this kind of thing happening on your site? Have you?
No, sir.
No, sir. Okay, no. Have you ever considered these things happening? Anybody?
No, sir.
Yes, it has been considered at the time of planning. Like once you plan the project at the time of budgeting, how much budget we have to like put it for that project, and how much we are going to get on that. So that they have to consider, and that's why we have to work on timelines. Otherwise, it would have gone for furthermore, and bank loans and everything is there. So we have to consider it.
Okay. Sir, but that is like one option, right? For one project, you are doing the whole study, right? What about alternatives? Do you find the option of alternatives? Do you find multiple projects like that being compared?
We are not that much in that part, so that we are not able, like, able to go into that zone.
Okay. So, guys, you were here when we discussed EPC project, HAM project, BOT project, right? Okay, what is EPC? What is HAM? What is BOT? What is DBOT? I am just giving you one or two examples of equivalence of alternatives. Okay, so let's say you have got EPC versus BOT, right? So uh, you, for EPC, you go on spending some amount of money, and at the end of fixed duration, you are getting some money, right? And that period may be 0 to 3 years. This is monthly timeline. For BOT, how much it would be? Let's say you have got till 0 to 3 years you are paying something, and after it you are operating it,
Yes.
right? Now how will you compare these two alternatives? I mean, see, if there are two highway projects that you are bidding, in one case it is EPC contract and in one case it is BOT contract, you will have to decide now uh, if you can't, what I can say, bid for both, or if you want to have some priority that okay, this one I am willing to bid lower amount also, right? So there has to be some way to compare these two projects,
Yeah, yeah, yes.
right? Uh, Similarly, if you have got, let's say, you are investing in a construction equipment. What equipment do you like? Let's say RMC plant, okay, or hot mix plant. Hot mix plant, there is variety A where there is X amount of cost, then that you have to pay initially, and there is some operating cost. With its output, you would get Y amount, and similarly there is some salvage value Z at the end of 5 years. Similarly, there is B where x1 is higher, x dash, similarly y dash, and some operating cost at the end of 7 years. There has to be some method to pick either one or two, right? Okay, these second kind of situation, does it happen on site?
No,
Why not?
because procurement we have to.
Okay, so at the company level, this situation must happen, right? Anyway, if they are in the market to purchase and set up a hot mix plant, they would consider so many options, right? Okay, so let's try to see this kind of problems. And now the thing is that there are so many variations coming in the cash flow. How do you compare all these things? We will see it. Single payment compound amount factor. F is given to you. No, you have to find F. P is given. Present value is given to you. Future worth you have to decide. Right? So this is your present value. This is your future worth at N. I is given to you. Formula is here. Similarly, the inverse of it is also given. Are you guys familiar with interest rates, interest tables? Or should we go into detail what this is? You have already completed the week's sessions, so this gives me some confidence. But if anybody has some trouble, we can revise the concepts. Okay, so let's try to solve some questions. Select the best alternative between the given pumps. Initial investment is given, annual cost is given, lifespan salvage value is given. How can you compare this alternative? Let's calculate their NPV, net present value. What is NPV? You bring each and everything to the first cost, right? It is also, this one is already at NPV. What about annual cost? 20,000. What you have to do here is, this becomes the case of A given F. No, sorry, find P given A for I is equal to 10%. How much is it? Let's see the interest table for 10%. and for 10 years, right? A given P, P given A, right? 6.1446. Similarly, salvage value, F is given to you, you need P, so P given F, P given F for 10 years is 0.3855. So how much does your NPV come out to be? Okay, this is 20,000 into 6.1446, 122,892, and this is 3855. This is the same, right? And so what is the total? Yeah, so this comes out to be 25.17. No, no, let me write it. 251747. Similarly, if you calculate for these, the values will remain same, right? The factor values. This becomes 92169 plus 1600 plus 2000 into, no, 20,000, right? What happened, guys? I think I lost you somewhere here, right? Anybody who's thinking what is happening here?
No, that interest rate table is not with us. That's why we are not.
Okay, that's why I wrote the values at the first instance, right? Uh, okay, these values I directly gave it to you, right? P by P given A and P given F. So all you need to do is multiply and help me check the values. Okay, so I have calculated it for you guys in front of you. What happened? Anybody would like to elaborate what happened here actually? See, there is pump 1, which is costing you 1,25,000, but its annual cost is 20,000 rupees each year for next 10 years, and salvage value is rupees 10,000 at the end of 10 years. For pump 2, the initial investment is 1,60,000. So you would be like, okay, let's go with pump 1 only. But then you see that instead of 20,000 annual cost, the annual cost is reduced to 15,000. And also your salvage value has increased to 20,000. Now, from the face of it, it doesn't look so simple to compare. If you compare by initial investment, pump A looks good. But if you compare by annual cost or salvage value, pump B looks good. So what you do is, you compare them by their net present value. You bring everything in the cash flow diagram to the point 0. Then you compare it. So pump 1 comes out to be 2.51 lakhs. Pump 2 2.6 lakhs. So you will say, okay, the net present value, I mean the present cost for pump A is less, right? So I will prefer pump A. Anybody who has trouble understanding this flow? Okay, so let's try to see some other thing. We did comparison where lifespan were the same. What if lifespan are different? How can we compare them now? So there are two ways to do this. Okay. The first is, let me make the cash flow diagram. Okay. 200, 200, right? For 2 years. So 20, 20, and 20. 0 1 2 for A, and similarly for B you have got uh, 300. See, you guys have not been helping me in correcting the mistakes. The cost should be on the lower side, right? Similarly for this it would be 30, 12, 12, 12 and 30,
30.
right? Is this the correct cash flow? Now can you compare these two? It's like apples and oranges comparison if you don't bring it to the same thing. So there are two ways. What you do is, let's say you want the generator only for 2 years, so you are not worried about the third year. So you just check up to 2 years. Or if you are worried about 3 years, so you make their lifespan equal. How can you make them lifespan equal? Into 3 into 2, right? LCM. So for A it would be for A the timeline will go again in the similar manner: 200, 20, 20, 20, and 200. Similarly for B it would be 30,
12,
12, 12, 300.
12,
Now the
200.
timelines are equal. Can you make the comparison by any method now? Present worth, annual worth, or future worth. Is there any missing data here? Hmm?
Interest rate, sir.
Yeah, definitely. I is not given. So if I was not given to you, initially what would have been your choice? Let's forget I, right? You can have, you could have done it in this manner also, no? Let's forget time value of money and see what happens,
Okay.
or not.
We can.
Yeah. So you have both the options. If you want, you can ignore I and do it by payback. I won't see payback period. You would just do out of pocket commitment, right? And if I is given to you 10%, you do it by these three methods. The I showed you two ways to do it. E- Equivalent lifespan. All these are described here. If you have got alternatives with unequal lives, either you take common multiple period method or study method. Let's say study method was 2 months, 2 years for this. Then you could have done that. Okay, interest table will come back to this. Okay, guys, time value of money. We have been spending our time and not getting enough interest, right? Or anybody who has got full interest in this topic till now. This is a half a minute break time for you guys. Okay, uh, let's come to another question. Uh, how many of you have seen the ad mutual fund sahi hai?
Yes, we see.
Yeah. So do you agree with that? Okay, personal choice. Let me bring you to this question. Okay, uh, anybody who is not comfortable in Hindi, Otherwise, this whole question will solve in Hindi. Anybody who is not comfortable?
नहीं सर, हिंदी में चलेगा।
चलेगा ना? ठीक है. सो क्या हो रहा है ना, म्यूचुअल फंड्स एंड म्यूचुअल फ्रेंड्स दो दोस्त हैं, दोनों की एज आज 21 ईयर्स है. 21 ईयर्स है. सो क्या डिसाइड, फ्रेंड वन क्या सोचता है, लेट मी स्टार्ट सम इन्वेस्टमेंट. वो इन्वेस्टमेंट कितना करता है, 50,000 पर मंथ, पर ईयर सॉरी. कब तक, एज ऑफ 35. आज 21 ईयर्स का है, 35 की एज तक इन्वेस्टमेंट करेगा. तो कितने साल इन्वेस्टमेंट करेगा, 14 ईयर्स, राइट? सो लेट्स,
यस सर।
हाँ, हम एक टाइमलाइन बनाते हैं सबसे पहले फ्रेंड वन की. सो 14 ईयर्स तक का इसका इन्वेस्टमेंट है. टाइमलाइन पे एज ही डालते हैं, 21 to 35. आउटफ्लो है उसका कितना, 14 ईयर्स तक 50,000. एंड व्हाट अबाउट इनफ्लो, 60 साल की उम्र में उसकी मैच्योरिटी है, राइट? आई इज इक्वल टू 15%. अब फ्रेंड टू क्या करता है, फ्रेंड टू भी साथ में ही है, बट जब ये बंदा वेट कर रहा होता है कि अब मेरा इन्वेस्टमेंट हो गया, इंस्टेड ऑफ म्यूचुअल फंड ही इज मूविंग टूवर्ड्स लेट मी इन्वेस्ट इन टू हाउस और let me invest into something else, let me have some other loans. Friend 2 starts at the age of 21 years. नहीं, 21 ईयर्स बात तो करता है, बट इन्वेस्टमेंट कब शुरू करता है, फ्रॉम द एज ऑफ 35, जब पहला बंदा बंद कर चुका होता है, राइट? सो 21, 35, एंड 35 से 40 डज इज, 35 से हर साल 75K मार्केट में लगाता है. कब तक, 60 ईयर्स तक. सो हाउ मेनी ईयर्स इफ यू इंक्लूड 35 ऑल्सो?
25.
25.
ओके, 25 ईयर्स. सो 25 ईयर्स वो इन्वेस्ट कर रहा है. ये बंदे ने 14 ईयर्स 50 के इन्वेस्ट किया है. एंड सो लेट्स कैलकुलेट कि मैच्योरिटी पर दोनों को कितना मिलेगा. कैन वी डू दैट कैलकुलेशन? सो
यस।
what we do is, from 21 to 35, let's bring it to future value, right? F given a for n is equal to 14, and then you will get p here, that will become p, right, for this duration. So here you will calculate F given p for what duration, for 25 years, and in this case it would be F given a for n is equal to 25 years. ठीक है, अब फैक्टर्स की वैल्यू लिख लेते हैं. F given p for 25 years, right, is 32.92. 32.92. Let me write this value here. And for F given a, right, F given a for, we are using 15% interest table, okay? F given a for how much, initially for 14 years, 14 years is 40.505, and for 25 years is 212.8. 40.5 and 212.8. अब देखें इनका वर्थ कितना है एट द एज ऑफ 60 ईयर्स. सो हाउ मच विल दिस बिकम, दिस विल बिकम 50K इंटू 40.5. हम यहाँ पर आ गए 35 साल में कितना कॉर्पस इकट्ठा हो गया, राइट, इंटू 32.92, 60 साल में कितना हो गया, हाउ मच इज इट,
Double six. Double six.
okay, so this becomes 666.63 lakh,
66,660.
right? Similarly for this person, how much is it, does it become, 75K into 212.8. So 159 lakh,
15
right?
and 59 lakh.
So क्या समझ आ रहा है ये फिगर्स देख के सामने? सी, पर्सन वन ने अभी इन्वेस्ट किया 14 साल में 50,000, लाइक दैट इज लाइक 7 लाख, 7 लाख का इन्वेस्टमेंट है. फॉर पर्सन टू द इन्वेस्टमेंट इज हाउ मच? इट इज ऑलमोस्ट 19 लाख. 19 लाख का इन्वेस्टमेंट है एक तरफ. एंड यू कैन सी कि 7 लाख इन्वेस्ट करने के बाद भी ही इज गेटिंग ऑलमोस्ट 6.5 crores, एंड द अदर पर्सन इज गेटिंग ओनली 1.6 crores. अब कुछ समझ में आ रहा है? टाइम वैल्यू ऑफ मनी, वैल्यूज दिख रही हैं? एनीबडी, आई मीन कुछ दिख रही हैं वैल्यूज की? चाहे
Yes,
कम
sir.
से शुरू करो बट टाइम,
Yes, sir.
टाइम मैटर्स. I mean, जो the people who are already in field, you would have already felt this, right? You would have already heard your friends saying that काश हमने ये थोड़े टाइम पहले किया होता, काश हमने 10 साल पहले शुरू कर दिया होता,
Yes, sir.
right? So I hope this gives you an idea, but again this comes with a disclaimer. सारे टर्म्स एंड कंडीशंस जान लें, बिकॉज साइज इक्वल टू 15%, भगवान भरोसे, इंडिया मार्केट है ऑब्वियसली. ओके, सो फ्रॉम कैलकुलेशन परस्पेक्टिव दिस क्वेश्चन इज गुड. नाउ कमिंग टू वन अनदर मेथड ऑफ कंपेरिजन, इंटरनल रेट ऑफ रिटर्न. सी क्या हो रहा है ना कि आपने 10 लाख रुपए इन्वेस्ट किए 2 वेंचर्स में. One venture is giving you, let's again draw the cash flow, and one venture is giving you 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, and another venture is giving you. So which one do you like the most? Okay, you have got 2 ventures. Which one do you like the most?
Sir, both are same.
That's what I'm asking you.
First one.
Why?
It gives more return by yearly.
First one is giving you more return.
Like one on every each year. Yeah. Oh, sir.
Okay, let's do one thing. Let's keep I is equal to 10% and calculate it. Okay, so 10% के लिए P given 8 table से, so P given F values for each year I have written it down for you guys. All you need to do is you need to help me multiply it. Okay, so this become 0.909.
1.65.
1.65. This is what 0.3, so
2.
2.25, right?
2.5.
How
Yes.
much is this?
2.73.
3.1, 2.73. Okay, what about this now? This becomes for 4.54,
4.545.
right?
Yes.
What about this?
3.30.
3.30.
1.366.
1.36. Okay. So let's calculate it. 4.54 plus 3.3 plus 2.25 plus 1.366 plus 0.621. This comes out to be,
12.07.
yeah. And what about this one?
10.64.
10.64. So are you guys still saying that alternative A is better? Do you guys still feel that alternative A is better? Or alternative B is better? Which one is better? The values are in front of you.
Al- Alternate B is better.
Why?
It gives more amount, na, sir?
Okay, so if you have to calculate NPV here, so NPV would have been 10 minus 10.64, right? So it would have been minus 10 plus 10.64. Uh,
0.64.
yeah, 0.64 lakh. And in this case, it would have been 2.07 lakh. Uh, so can you calculate how much is the interest rate actually? Okay, let's discuss this concept of IRR. This table I will give it to you so that you can use it to calculate. Guys, anybody who has idea about what IRR is, internal rate of return?
Discount rate at which the NPV of the cash flow is zero.
Okay, so why do we need to calculate it? For comparison, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so how can you calculate IRR? See, IRR we just got a definition, right? At which NPV is equal to 0. So what do you think? For which case NPV would be 0? We have got two values here, right? For I is equal to 10%, it is 10.64. So what do you think? What is its IRR? Cannot see, right? Let's see the value at 8%. I am talking only about A. Okay, so help me calculate it. I am writing the values for you.
Yes.
0.926, mm, 0.857, 0.794, 0.735, and 0.681. Okay, what are the values?
1.71, sir.
1.71,
2.38,
2.38,
2.94,
2.94, 3.4, right?
3.4. Okay.
Yeah. So how much is it? 11.35.
Yes.
So what is
11.3.
happening is that if you decreased your I, your return increased, your NPV increased, right?
Yes.
Yes,
So
sir.
so let's do it for 12%. Let me make the table again. Okay, for 12% also I will give you the values. Please help me calculate it. 0.893, 0.797, 0.712, 0.6355, 0.5674. Okay, how much is it? Or can you guys give me the total?
1.59.
Okay, 1.59.
1.59.
Yeah. Uh, 2.1,
2.16.
136.
2.16, This one is what? 6.4,
2.54.
2.54. And this one is
2.837.
2.837.
2.84.
And what is the total?
10.02.
10.02. So you can say that I is almost equal to 12%, right?
Yes, sir.
Right.
For A, you would say that, right? Because
Yes.
NPV is what, 0.2, 0.02 lakh.
64.
So can you see how to calculate it by trial and error method? Okay, you saw what we did, right? And did you see the trend that if you increase your I, your NPV is going to decrease? You saw that, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So these are a couple of trends that you have to remember in this case. And how to calculate IRR? Do trial and error method. And if you get very close, or if you get 2 points where one is positive, one is negative, interpolate between them. Okay. Okay. So now coming to interesting topic, uh, depreciation. What is depreciation? Let me write some questions. Okay. What what is depreciation? Why is it there? How much? And let's include who cares. Okay, when do you have to calculate if we are talking about everything? And where do you store it? Okay, so all these questions about depreciation. Anybody who want to answer any question?
Depreciation is the value of asset goes on decreasing by their wear and tear.
Okay,
The whole service life or the whole service life of that asset.
okay. So does depreciation occur only because of wear and tear?
So there are other factors are also there.
ओके सिंपल सबसे सिंपल फैक्टर तो ये है कि हमने अगर आज एक गाड़ी खरीदी है 1 लाख रुपीज़ में, अगर कल ही हम मार्केट
Maintenance.
में बेचने जाएंगे तो 1 लाख की नहीं बिकेगी, सेकेंड हैंड का टैग लग
Yes,
गया है,
sir.
राइट?
Yes,
सो
sir.
सो कहीं ना कहीं एक यूज़र परसेप्शन भी है. वाई डू यू, ओके, विद टाइम बहुत सारे फैक्टर से होता है. क्या होता है विद टाइम जो डेप्रिसिएशन होता है, वैल्यू कम होती है, एसेट वैल्यू. वाई डज इट मैटर? वाई डज डेप्रिसिएशन मैटर?
Why does depreciation matter? Because if you want to buy a equipment for a single project, then we have to think like how much life of that project, like uh, how much we can use that equipment or asset.
ओके. Anybody who would like to add something or elaborate on this point? Okay, so who cares? Me, one thing is the owner of the equipment, right?
Yes, sir.
Does the government also care? Does the government care about depreciation?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
There are taxes which include in it.
Okay, so there is some tax aspect also. Uh, so taxes we pay yearly. Now GST is being paid monthly, but okay, taxes. So when you can say each year, right? Where only in your balance sheets or account books. Uh, how much? How much is the asset depreciating? How do you know that? How do you calculate it?
Different methods are there.
Okay. See, सबसे simple है कि if my asset today, I bought an asset for 10 lakh, and in the market if I can sell it for 2 lakh, 5 lakh today, and 3 lakh at the end of year, I can say that it depreciated by this value, right? Its value got less, so depreciation happened.
Yes.
Is it the simplest method? But obviously, I don't
Yes,
know
sir.
what actually its future worth would be. Then there is some other way. Let's say if you're talking about a vehicle, uh, a car, and a car, you are saying that okay, I bought it for 5 lakh kilometers. In 5 lakh kilometers, its value would be 10% of its original value. So then you can calculate that if 1 lakh run has been there, so the depreciation would be in respect to that 1 lakh, right? 20%. I mean, by the use, one factor is usage also. Then one factor is time. Let's just say that you bought a computer. You know that a computer won't last more than 4 years or 5 years on at peak. You will have to change. Like in most of the cases, I have seen people changing their laptop in three years only. So for them, the total useful life would be 3 years. At the end of, you know that they can know the sale value. So how much is it depreciating each year? It could be linear, or it could be some other way. Now you tell me, okay, let's try to do two numericals and see what changes. Okay, for an equipment costing rupees 16 lakh, useful life is 5 years, the salvage value at the end is rupees 1 lakh. Calculates its depreciation and book value by straight line method, SLM or linear depreciation. So book value at the start is 16 lakh, at the end of year 5 is 1 lakh. What is the depreciation rate? You would say it's 16 minus 1 by 5 years, straight line depreciation, right? So 3 lakh per year. So that is 1 by 5. Uh, 1 by 5 of what? 16 minus 3. 1, sorry. 16 minus 1. And this is 3 lakh. And 3 lakh is same for each year as it is straight line depreciation, right?
Yes.
So what is the book value? 13, 13, 10, 10,
7,
7, 7, 4,
4,
and 4, 1, right? So you have got book
1.
value.
Yes.
You see SLM, it is quite straightforward. You have got 16 here, 1 here, 0, that is 5 here. If you plot book value with time, it is going in a straight line, right? Now let's see another method, sum of years digit method. Sum of years digit method. What is it? So what you do is sum of year n is equal to 5. So sigma n is equal to 15, right? N into n minus 1 by 2. This is the formula, or n plus 1 by 2? Okay, 15. Depreciation rate would be how much? As this is sum of years method, it would be n minus m minus 1 by sigma n into 16 minus 1. So let's write it. 16 1 depreciation rate for first year. For first year it would be 5 minus
M plus 1, no?
m plus 1 or m minus 1.
M plus 1.
Okay, if I put the value of at the end of first year m is equal to 1, so that would become 0, right? 0 by 15 into 15. At the end of last year it would be 5 minus 1 by 15 into 15. So 1 by 15, it is m minus 1. Okay, otherwise d5 would have been 0, right? 5 minus, or in negative, 5 plus 1 would have been 6 minus 1. Depreciation cannot be negative, right? Can you follow it?
Okay.
Yeah. So this becomes how much? 5 by 15, 4 by 15, similarly 3 by 15, 2 by 15, and 1 by 15. And so how much will be depreciation? This value into 15, right? If this is your column 2, so this would become 2 into 15. So this becomes 5. So depreciation book value at the end of year 11 becomes, year 1 becomes 11. In case it's 11, what is your depreciation now? 4. See, I just chose this just to make the numericals easy, okay? So 11 minus 4, how much is it?
7,
7. 7 minus 3,
4.
4. 4 minus 2, 2. And 2 minus 1, 1. Okay, you guys followed till now, right? And if you have to plot the curve, how it would be? Initially it would be 16, then 11, bringing it to lower, 7, 4, 2, 1. So what was your straight line previously has gotten, the curve has gotten down, right? This is one of the objectives that you can face. Let me write it. Time, book value. Okay, anybody who is not comfortable with this numerical or with this question calculation? Okay, let's see the tax implication. Equipment costing rupees 16 lakh with useful life of 5 years and salvage value VALUE at the end of at the end is rupees 1 lakh. The gross income of the company is rupees 8 lakh per annum. Calculate taxes payable at 0.3 of net income. See, if you had just had to pay 30%, you would have paid 240, right? If this is in thousands, you would have paid 240 each year. Now, what is the depreciation in SLM? You can say that depreciation in each year is 3 lakh. So how much does it become? Your net income become? If this is your column 1, column 2, column 3, so this becomes 3 minus 1 or 1 minus 3, right? So your net income is 500. So how much tax do you have to pay now? Column 4 into 0.3. How much is it? 150. Can you see that you have saved some taxes now? If this is your column 5, column 5 versus column 1, did you really save some taxes or not?
Yes, sir.
Okay, let's try SOY method. We know the depreciation here is 500, 400, 300, 200, 100. Net income would similarly be, so your taxes would be, let me write the, okay, this is 6, this is 7, so this is 1 minus 6, this is 8, so this is 7 into point 0.3, so this becomes no 90, 120, 150, 180, 210. Okay, the values are in front of you. Even the taxable, even the tax that you are paying. What do you think? Which method would you prefer? Straight line method or SOY method? See, we did two methods right now. Okay, we compared both of them. One is giving you a straight line, other is giving you a curve. If there are two methods, basically, anyway, there would be some comparison, right? So, which method would you use? That's my question.
Straight line.
Okay, why straight line? See, if you make the total of taxes now, uh, okay, where are we? Yeah, if you total this one is 450, and no, not 450, 750. Similarly, this one is also 750. If you guys want, you can just calculate. Okay. So two methods. In both the cases, you are paying total taxes same. If you have to choose one, which one will you choose? And why? Okay, I have got one answer on straight line. What? Why straight line? Because it is simpler to calculate.
Yeah,
Anybody?
it's
Okay.
cal-
Is anybody who is in favor of sum of years digit method? Okay, I will give you a hint. We just did a question on 5 lakh, 4 lakh, 3 lakh, 2 lakh, 1 lakh returns part, right? In starting order and in reverse order. See, what is happening is that, let me make a, in first case, no, you are not paying at 0, you are paying at 1, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. You are paying 150 each year, right? And in second case, you are paying 90, 120, 150, 180, 210. So which cash flow would be preferable to you?
Sum of year method, sir. Second.
Why?
Because in initial stage we are playing less amount of money.
Okay. So you know that time value of money, by the time you are paying 210, it might not be 210, it might be less. And initially you are
Hmm.
saying you are saving 60,000 in tax just next year, right? So method you would prefer is SOY, or any method that saves you taxes in the initial years. See, the government wants tax from you, so any method that you use, the taxes will come out the same. That's for sure. Okay. Any questions? Any doubts?
What?
See, okay, questions from the whole session or any assignment, because today is supposed to be an holiday. I am not in a mood to keep you waiting for a long time.
Sir, my question is related to written exam.
Okay.
Can we bring this interest rate table in exam?
Um,
Uh,
Most probably it would be given to you. I mean, I'm not 100% sure,
okay.
but the values would be given to you. I
In question.
Yeah, either interest rate tables
Okay.
or the formulae. One of the two would be
Okay.
given to
Okay.
you.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. Uh, okay, honest show of hands. How many of you got bored in this session or thought that this session went very fast? How many of you are unhappy with this session? Okay, so I would say one thing. I mentioned the course to you that for going into detail in next semester, it's most probably the course would be running or it is live on YouTube also. It is there on YouTube also. Introduction to Accounting and Finance for Civil Engineers by Professor Sudhir Misra and Professor K.N. Jha. And on my YouTube channel also, where I upload these videos, these recordings, you would find that a whole 8 week long problem solving session is there. So in case you have some trouble or you want to go in detail, you can visit those videos, both the recorded sessions and live session recordings.
Which one you said, sir? First one, accounting and finance.
Introduction to Accounting and Finance for Civil Engineers.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, it is not floated
Sir,
this.
when will we start?
Uh,
Uh,
that course, generally it starts in January, towards the end of January.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So this brings us to the end of this session. Thank you guys. Thank you very much for joining. Hopefully, I will see you in the next consequent sessions.
Okay, sir.
Yeah,
Thank you.
thank
Okay.
you.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Happy Independence Day once again.
Happy
Same to
Independence
you.
Day.
Happy Independence Day, sir.
Signing off.